Hiya, I'm going to be using the Seeker Oracle today to pick our card piles. There will obviously be links down below to go straight to your reading if you prefer. Thank you so much for everybody who subscribed recently. That's so lovely of you. I really appreciate that. Especially as there are so many other tarot channels on YouTube. It's really, really lovely of you to come and support me, so I thank you so much for that, and I hope that you'll continue to come and watch me and enjoy the readings going forward. Okay, so we are going to go with these three here. We've got the Here and Now for pile 1, Advice from a Cat for pile 2, and Leap of Fortune for a pile 3. So let's get started. Okay. Oh, meant to say, I am a numerologist actually. I did do numerology before tarot for quite like 20 years or so. So I do a personal reading that you can find the details below on how to get in touch with me, and it's like your numerology core numbers. While I'm shuffling the tarot, I'll talk about your numerology, and then we'll do a tarot reading for you, you know, as a personal reading, and it's like a private video I offer for you. So if that's interesting to you, if that sounds like something that you or somebody you know would like, then please feel free to get in touch with me. In the details below will give you some idea of how to get hold of me. I am planning a website as well, but at the time of recording this video it's not ready yet, so I will hopefully hear from some of you. If not, then I hope you continue to enjoy the free videos that I'm putting out on the channel. So what was I saying? Let's get started and let's begin with pile 1. So as usual, pile 1, what we're going to do is we will look at your oracle card at the end of the tarot portion of the reading. Okay, so I'm going to put your little mouse up here. So pile number 1, we've got the Here and Now for you. Okay, so let's do a little shuffle and ask if there are any messages, any information, advice that's coming forward today for pile number 1, please. Anybody who chose this little field mouse here, or draw mouse, I'm not sure which kind of mouse, harvest mouse. Let's see what we've got for you. So your energy coming forward is the Tower. All right. What's helping or hindering you? We've got the Devil. Interesting. Some big energy going on here. What's brought you to this particular reading? We've got the Three of Wands. In your subconscious, we've got the Lovers. Some quite major cards here, so I think it's in quite some big energy around you at the minute. In your conscious thoughts is the Ace of Pentacles, and then with what's coming straight towards you, we've got the Page of Cups. Your energy going forward from this is the Five of Pentacles. Okay, and I will clarify anything as we go. We'll just get everything out first and have a look at it. And then we've got the situation, others, outside influences is the Three of Pentacles. Hopes and fears, we've got the Seven of Swords. And outcome, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, all right, let's have a look. These over to the side. Oh, actually, I'll grab my clarification deck as well. I've got to take that out. Bear with me. There we go. get my clarifiers out so I can have a look at that for you in a sec. Alright, so let's see. Now then, looking at everything together a sec. So you've got quite a major shift happening at the moment. And I want to say, I feel there's something that you know wasn't really practical, wasn't really, maybe I feel like you were kind of, it looks like with the devil and the tower together, it could be that you were kind of stuck in some unhelpful habits, or a mindset that wasn't really helping you. And it's kind of, the tower has come along to reorientate you onto a better path. The tower is a good sign, I feel, because it's like, whatever this is, whatever you were feeling trapped by or compromised by, is not good for you. It's not healthy for you. So, you know, like I say, with the devil being here, it could be in a kind of a toxic friendship, relationship. It could be in your own mind, you're kind of limiting yourself in some way, or you're kind of self-sabotaging in some way, and it's got this you want a change, and it's a good opportunity to really kind of build something up with the we've got the Ace of Pentacles in your conscious mind. So I feel this is encouraging you to, you know, build something up from the scratch, now that the tower has kind of stripped away this unhelpful situation for you, this unhelpful mindset. It's like a long time coming, and it's now the universe has kind of popped you onto a much more beneficial pathway, I feel. So this is, you know, a good sign, because although we've got the devil here, you know, this is a basically saying, you know, you're breaking yourself out. I feel you're breaking yourself out of this unhelpful situation, or this unhelpful mindset, because deep down your subconscious wants some sort of balance, and wants some like unity in your heart and your mind and things. And it's interesting, this Lovers card has got this third wheel here. So it's like, there has been this imbalance deep down, and there has been this conflicting energy, or this conflicting feelings that you have, where one side of you wants, you know, to do what's good for you, and then there's this other part of you that's kind of sabotaging and hanging on to this old behavior, or whatever this is, or this old thought pattern that's, you know, it's not, you know, what you really want, but it's hard to fight with the two sides. It's like having a conflict within. And I think also I kind of want to say, I've been looking at cognitive behavioural stuff recently, because I feel like, you know, it's a mind, body, spirit thing. We're all wanting to, I think we all need to like better ourselves, and we all want to kind of be the best version of ourselves that we can be. But there's also something to be said for acknowledging your shadow side, and coming out of this all or nothing thinking, and realizing that you're just a human doing the best they can, and there is many shades in between the black and white, where you don't have to be one thing or the other, and you don't have to put too much pressure on yourself to be perfect, or and you can accommodate this side of you that's, it's kind of better to work with your dark side or work with your shadow side and understand it, rather than kind of completely deny it and pretend it's not there, or I don't know, kind of with these three in your subconscious, that's kind of making me feel that, you know, there's always, yes, you have one side of you that wants to do the right thing and do everything good and be perfect and achieve and be totally at peace, but there, you know, if you push away your shadow, or you don't acknowledge you have a shadow side, or, you know, you have moods, you're a human being, you have emotions, and it's I feel like you have to kind of work on accepting your emotions, understanding your emotions, and not trying to control your emotions to the point where you deny, you know, it's not healthy to say, oh, always be positive, always look on the bright side, because that's not how our emotions work. And forgive yourself for having emotions as well. And, you know, you can't have this this kind of toxic positivity is a thing as well. And I think I just want to say to you, with the Lovers like this, where you've got 3 people instead of the usual 2 on the Lovers card in this particular deck, I feel like I want to say it's better to kind of try and understand your emotions and the unwanted emotions that come up, and sit with that feeling and kind of try and understand it, rather than push it back or push it away or pretend it's not there, because it will come back, and it will come back if you do that. And there's a difference between when you kind of acknowledge, sometimes you can't always feel positive, or we're not meant to be in total bliss and happiness 24 hours a day, you know, that's not realistic either. And I think it's about finding a healthy outlet for those emotions. Where you've got the devil here, you know, you could be something like me, where you know, kind of have bad habits that are kind of the outlet for the, you know, because you've kind of tried to repress it and try to repress those emotions and control those emotions that you don't like about yourself, or you don't want to feel. But I think it's time, you know, you have to let, something has to come out, something has to change in the way that you deal with that in a world of yours. Because I feel that this particular card is making me think it's okay to acknowledge when you have sort of the shadow self, you know, comes out, and it's about accommodating it and understanding it and doing things that will help you to kind of work through those emotions, like grounding techniques where you're kind of focusing on your breathing, and you kind of mindfulness techniques where you kind of bring yourself back into reality, and you know, through using your senses to kind of ground you back into the here and now, and take you out of that sort of spiral of negativity, and kind of acknowledge them and feel them, and let them out in a more kind of productive way, like journaling or something, or talking to somebody, rather than sort of pushing them back down and pretending they're not there, because that's when we fall victim to kind of self-sabotaging and being catastrophic, you know, catastrophic thinking and all that sort of stuff. And, you know, we get into this sort of extremes of thinking and all or nothing thinking, and that, and we kind of become our own worst enemy. So I don't know, that's kind of what I'm getting there. I know it's a bit of an odd one, but if it's something that you feel it applies to you, then yeah, I would definitely look at grounding exercises and mindfulness and ways to kind of process those emotions and those feelings in a way that, you know, you're not pushing them back down inside to get worse. You're kind of dealing with them in a healthier way, and they're letting them out, and then you're going to be a much more like better equipped to have this new start and build something from. We're talking about the tower is here to break down what's not been working for you, and how you've maybe been dealing with things up until this point. And then, you know, the Ace of Pentacles. Pentacles are like a long-term, steady and secure, building something of value. So I think once you kind of stop repressing these emotions and dealing with things in this kind of self-sabotaging way, or feeling trapped, and, you know, have a new perspective on how you deal with what's going on around you and things, and what's going on in your head. And I think that will put you in good stead to start something that a better mindset, or a new phase of life that is going to be rewarding, productive, much healthier for you, mind, body, soul, going forward. So what's brought to this reading is the Three of Wands. So I feel like you are you're definitely keen to kind of make some good progress now. If you have been, I'd love to hear in the comments what you make of that stuff I've just said. If you have been kind of trying to work on your emotional, mental health and things like that, I'd be really interested to find out from you if that made any sense to you, because it's something I'm really interested in too. I want to kind of combine, you know, tarot, I feel like, is a really good tool to kind of get us thinking in a different way about what our feelings are, and how we think about things. So I'd love to hear from you about that. And yeah, I feel, you know, Three of Wands is you kind of you know that there's more out there for you, and there's a better way for you. I feel it's just sort of pushing you to take action and kind of make a change, and there will be rewards coming from that. So let's look now at what's coming straight towards you. So there's definitely like a renewal in terms of like hope, in terms of how your emotional health. I feel, you know, the page is like news coming in, but it's also, you know, like having a new mindset, having a new approach, a new kind of like going back to basics and relearning how to deal with your emotions, I feel, from here, in the context of what we've been talking about already. I'm going to get you a card just to see if we can add anything else to this first portion. Let's see. Please maybe have another card for pile 1, just to sort of add anything or clarify anything that we've spoken about so far, please. We got coming out, this one's sticking out at me. Here we go. 2 Six of Wands. Yeah, I think you're on the right track. I think you realise that with the Tower there and the Devil, this is not how things have been going up until this point, haven't been working for you. And I think if you can, I mean, you've got the 3 and then the 6 of Wands here, so there's definitely going to be some progress. And there's definitely, you're going to feel like a lot like you're kind of on the right path, and you're getting some rewards for this kind of new thought processes. So yeah, like I said, journaling, grounding, talking to somebody, accommodating and understanding your emotions and your feelings rather than pushing them down or berating yourself and things like that. And I think that's going to bring a sense of rewards are starting to come in, and it's going to feel like you're finally getting somewhere, and there's a whole new kind of lighter energy coming in, and a happier, not that you're going to be like blindly happy all day long, you know what I mean, but there's definitely, it's like bringing in some more hope, and sort of seeing things in like more realistically, rather than sort of being at the mercy of your extremes of emotion and being trapped in emotions and things like that. I think you're going to be kind of lifted up, lightened up a bit. So going forward from today, going forward from this situation, you got your energy as the Five of Pentacles, and I feel like yes, it's going to be quite it's a challenging period for you at the minute. You've got a lot to deal with, and I think this is basically saying, you know, there is help out there if you look for it. And you also don't be drawing attention to your weaknesses, which also makes me think, you know, if you're kind of dwelling in are you kind of berating yourself for what you feel you're not good at, or what you feel you're failing at. You know, you're concentrating on you know, this makes me feel with these two here that you're kind of in a bad place, focusing on what's bad. I think this is just like asking you to focus on what is good about you. What are your strengths? Seeing things that, you know, in, like I say, in shades rather than in black and white. Like, nobody's all good or all bad, and what I think matters more is an improvement. Is the willingness to, are you willing? Would you be willing to improve? Would you be willing to be kind to yourself? Would you be willing to try to accept yourself, warts and all, exactly as you are now, and care enough about yourself to go and get help, or have support, or do nice things for yourself? And I kind of get that feeling like, you know, don't stay in that victim mentality. Get to realize that, you know, there is help out there for you. If you look up, you see these people here, they're not, you know, they're down, they're sort of, they've been through it, they're struggling, but they're not looking, they're looking down, they're not looking up at what might be some help. So I think, you know, I think this is saying, don't struggle alone. Look up and find help. Look around you and find help if you feel that this is hard for you, or you're not sure if you can manage this, if you can cope with this. Then don't be afraid to ask for help. Just reach out if you need to. I feel that's saying. Yeah, I feel that's what I want to say there. Situation others, I think you have literally leading straight into teamwork here, where you will find that if you do reach out to people, whether that be professional people, or whether that be good friends, or, you know, trusted family members, or whatever, when you do open up, when you do feel that you can approach somebody, you're going to find yourself around people that are willing to work with you, willing to be, you know, it could be like a support group or something like that. Wherever this is, you'll find that others will be very accommodating. Others will be good to work with, supportive. This is good results. This is building something of value with people that have like mutual respect, and it's time to you know, allow people to help coax you out and show your good qualities, and people will appreciate those. And it'll that's kind of what I'm getting for the Three of Pentacles. It's a nice card. It's like a teamwork collaboration card, so I like that. I like that one there for you as well. Hopes and fears, Seven of Swords. Yeah, those limiting beliefs, those things, you know, the way you talk to yourself, the self-sabotage coming back, not being able to trust people. I just feel, you know, it's insecurity. You might be thinking, you know, well, if I do show my weakness to people, doesn't that mean they can get to me? You know, and I don't think that's I think you'd just be mindful of who you talk to. If you're not sure, if you don't feel comfortable with somebody, don't get the vibes that you can relax and talk to them, then, you know, obviously use your discernment about who you speak to. But don't let that fear stop you from doing anything. You know what I mean? So don't allow sort of the anxiety about connecting to people, or you know, whatever that is, to hold you back from actually making a move to get some support if that's what you feel you need. Okay. In terms of your outcome, you've got the Knight of Pentacles, so this is like a really good sign. I will just double check and see if it's a person that might be coming in to help you. Let me just double check that first. Please can we find out for a pile one why the Knight of Pentacles is here? Knight of Pentacles, Four of Swords. Now I don't think it's a person so much as I think this is you, because we've got this recovery card as well. So whoopsie, can you see that all right? So I'd say the Knight of Pentacles is more like you being able to move forward with this. You've got your Ace of Pentacles tucked under your arm. Can you see? You're moving forward with a much better mindset, a plan of action. If you feel like you need to plan out what you want to do, doing your journaling, you know, writing out your sort of what you'd like to achieve and what you can do, a little tiny thing you can do each day to help you move towards that goal. And be patient with yourself and take consistent positive action. Don't try and rush this. That's what I would say for the Knight of Pentacles as well. You know, take the steps, give yourself time and space. And it don't, you know, like, yeah, don't try and rush it. Don't try and rush to some goal. Just appreciate yourself each day. Take care of yourself each day. The Pentacles are to do with your physical body as well as your material world. So be kind to yourself every day. Do little things each day. You know, one action every day, rather than this a mad flurry of action. Do you know what I mean? Once in a blue moon. One small action every day. You know, maybe meditate for 5 minutes a day, or go for a walk every day, or you know, make sure you brush your hair and wash your teeth every day. The other way around. both every day. Just do the self-care every day. Do whatever it is that's helpful every day. Doing your journal every day, whatever it is. Will, you know, doing those small things every day will be helpful in lifting you and elevating you up out of your feeling trapped in your emotions or trapped in your mindset and things like that. Sometimes when we try and do too big a change, too drastic a change, our brain doesn't like that, and it kind of likes to keep things the same, even if the same is not a good thing. You know, it's like you have to be careful you don't kind of trigger your rebellion. So yeah, little changes every day. Just be consistent, and those things are going to build, and those things are going to bring in all the good stuff that you're wishing for right now. You'll be able to kind of go for opportunities because you'll feel more confident and prepared, and you know, all that sort of thing. And the Four of Swords here in the confirmation is just basically take time to recover, meditate, allow yourself to heal, because this has been, you know, this is a big old shift you have in your mindset, in your whole life, I feel, but going forward to something that's much better for you. And you know, the Knight of Pentacles is has huge potential, and it's long term, it's lasting, it's something that you can rely on. So at this stage, you know, don't rush yourself, give yourself time, treat yourself gently, care for yourself, and don't beat yourself up. Or if you slip up, that's fine. You know, it's hour by hour, okay? It's not, oh my god, the whole day's blown, or oh my god, I can't do this. Take it hour by hour, moment by moment, but be gentle, be consistent. And if you require help or you need guidance or anything like that, you talk to someone, find somebody, whether it's like an online group or you know, a GP, doctor, a family member, as I say, anyone who you feel comfortable with, and lean on them, and don't try and do all this alone. Okay, so that's what I've got for you. I know it's a bit of a deep one, but hopefully that is makes sense to some of you out there. I hope it's helpful to you. I really want you to be okay. That's kind of all I need to say. You know, I could go on and on about mental health stuff, but I'm not gonna. But basically that's how what I'm getting here. So I hope this was helpful to you, pile one. You take care, okay? Oh, you nearly forgot a little mouse. Let's just read that out. See, I was getting carried away with the mental health thing, and I forgot about the mouse. Right, give me a sec. Let's get the book out. Here and now. Here and now, mindfulness, yeah? Think about, you know, don't worry too much about what might happen. You know, anxiety, ruminating over what has happened. It's about here and now. It's about what you do in the here and now is all we... Here and now is all we've got, basically, isn't it? That's all we can affect, right? So just bear that in mind. Let me see. So here and now, the mouse is small and lives in a world full of predators and danger. Mouse has many reasons to fear, and yet mouse is not a worrier. Mouse is not fearless, but it does not fret about a possible dire future that may never eventuate. What did we just say? All right. In fact, mouse spends no time dwelling on what ifs or maybes. Mouse lives in the here and now. Mouse does not lose hours to speculation, allowing anxiety to manufacture worst-case scenarios in its mind. Mouse just gets things done. It's time to stop worrying, doubting and fearing, and start doing instead. Live in this moment. Savour it, enjoy it, learn from it. Focus on the task at hand and do what needs to be done. That being said, don't be careless enough to put yourself in the path of trouble. Mouse would not go up to a cat and bite it on the nose. Mouse gives the cat a wide berth, but Mouse would pause for a moment to enjoy the sun on its fur. It would pause for a moment to play with its friends. Mouse will be spontaneous. Mouse will search for food and eat when hungry, return to its burrow to sleep when tired, and clean itself when its fur is dirty. Yeah, what was it I said? Wash your teeth and brush your... The smallest of creatures leads a simple life, but also has a full one that leaves it feeling content. Ah, that was nice. That was kind of I think that kind of, you know, underline what we were talking about. Yeah, take joy in simple things, simple pleasures. What can you touch? What can you smell? You know, stuff like that. You know, really kind of let go of all this worrying about the future. You know, decide what your plan is, and then make a plan and do your little bits every day to that plan, and then that'll, you know, sort that stuff out. But yeah, I really like that for you. That's a really nice, hopeful message. And I really hope you're coming out of this difficult time now and moving on to better things. All right, so thanks so much for watching all the way to the end. Wish you nothing but the best, pile 1, and thank you so much for watching. Take care. All right. Hello, pile 2. Hi, we've got everyone who chose pile 2 advice from a cat. So what we're going to do, as usual, is we're going to pop your oracle card up here until the end. All right, and we'll do you a tarot reading first. Okay, so let's get your tarot cards out. Now then, just move that over there. Okay, so please maybe have some messages, advice, guidance for everybody who chose pile 2, advice from a cat. Thank you. Let's see now. We've got your energy coming out as the Magician. What's helping or hindering you is the Hierophant. What's brought you to this particular reading? We've got the Moon. Oh, some major stuff going on here, isn't there? All these major cards already. In your, whoopsie, I'll just shift them a bit. In your subconscious, we've got the Hermit. Wow, it's all major so far. In your conscious mind is the Ten of Cups. Wowzers. Okay, okay. What's coming straight towards you is the Hanged Man. All these majors, I don't understand. Okay, well, this is what wants to come out. So your energy going forward from this is Justice. The others around you, situation, outside influences, we've got the Knight of Swords. All right, hopes and fears is coming out as the Emperor. And then outcome, we've got the Three of Wands. Wow, this is a really interesting dynamic reading. I'm getting. If we need to pick, I'll just shuffle me clarifiers a minute. Make sure I shuffle them from pile 1 so we get fresh for you. All right. Okay, pile 2. Your energy. Feels like you're coming out of a time of being a bit confused and uncertain, and you're really kind of coming across as very inspired right now, and you've got some really good ideas right now, and it seems like you're really clear in your mind about what you want going forward, because you've been through. What's brought you to this reading is coming across as the Moon. So it's kind of a time of being confused, maybe a bit frightened. Frightened's a bit strong. Uncertain, yeah, about what's going to happen, and you're not really, you could be in new territory, and then maybe something you're trying to move towards, but you're not sure how you're going to get there and things like that. So the Moon is like you haven't been, you're not meant to have known yet. But I feel that as you're into this reading now, this is your energy here is the Magician. So you're kind of in a really healthy mental state of being able to kind of decide what you want. And finally see, be able to kind of instigate things and feel ready to take any ideas or any revelations or any information that you might have come across or you suddenly had revealed to you, and really do something really practical with it now, and turn any ideas you have into reality, and really kind of embrace what you want to manifest and go for it. So it's a really good positive energy you've got here of you finally understand, you finally see through the illusions and through the kind of mist of what you've maybe gone through recently, and now you kind of know exactly what it is that you want and what you want to go for. And it's interesting that you have the Hierophant here. This is another card of knowing the way, of enlightenment, you know, and intuition and things like that, where you have the key, you can unlock whatever it is that's been puzzling you lately, or whatever you've been unsure about or nervous about. Finally you've got it to the point where you know exactly what you want to go for, and you have this inner wisdom, and you're ready to kind of embrace that and go for it. So that's interesting. And we've got the Hermit in your subconscious, so this is a really quite powerful three people here. You've got the Magician, who's very finds inspiration from the universe and higher source and drops it down into reality and can manifest it into reality and make things real. You've got the Hierophant, who is like this enlightened, is like an established energy, a very strong, wise energy. And then you have another energy of wisdom with the Hermit, where you really know, like inside and out, deep down, you know exactly what you want and how to get it. And it feels like you're just busting out of any confusion that you might have had before, because you've got the know thyself, you've got the way, and you know, manifesting. All of a sudden you know exactly what you want to do, and exactly what you want to create, and everything like that, and why. And it's really interesting that there's these powerful cards here. With the conscious mind, you're definitely looking for something that's emotionally fulfilling and happy. So, you know, if you have come from a place of not really being sure about what is going to make you happy, it's like, it feels like you've finally got the answer, and you know exactly what it is you want to go for, and you're really inspired to go for it and things like that. So that's interesting, that really cool. And then in what's coming straight towards you is the Hangman. So definitely letting go of anything that is not in line with this new vision you have for yourself and your life. You're going to be letting that go. And you're totally seeing everything in a new way, and totally seeing things from a new perspective, where once it was in part to see anything clearly, you're now looking at things from a place of, you know, like a real understanding. It's really interesting, because you know we've got another one of these major cards about finding enlightenment. So something must have really, you know, you must have had like a big old epiphany lately, it feels, because your whole mindset seems to be different, and you really seem to have like gone from like an extreme here of being really like clouded in what you're not sure about what you want to do and uncertain of your path, to being super duper like really sure of yourself and really motivated, and have a deep understanding of all of a sudden of what it is that's going to make you happy. And it's like almost like it's like a 180 of a mindset almost, I feel. That's what's coming out at me anyway. So something maybe has come to light, or you've kind of, like I say, you've kind of had a breakthrough, a big old breakthrough, and how you're thinking about something is totally different. That's what I'm kind of getting there. Let me just get a clarifier for this specific bit. Please, could we just clarify what's all this? What's this big revelation? Feels like this really big positive shift in your mindset. Nine of Cups. Wow, yeah, look at you. 9 and 10 of Cups, my gosh. Yeah, you're just so... Something's dropped. The penny's dropped. It feels like the penny's dropped. You finally get something. And you're on your way. And you're on your way to wish fulfillment, to happiness. And, you know, you're like... One other thing I want to say is you you know, when we have the Magician, especially as us, it's really saying, you know, what you're thinking about right now, how you're thinking is really important, because you're kind of bringing it towards you. So what you're thinking about, you're going to be attracting. And if you're thinking about what's going to make you happy, what's going to be super fulfilling to you, and those around you you love, and you know, this is going to be coming towards you. You know, you're pulling it towards you, because you'll be taking the right actions, and you'll be having the right mindset, and you know, you'll be in that zone, you know, where you're kind of much more likely to get opportunities, and you're much more likely to say the right things and have the right impression on people and things like that. And with the Nine of Cups here, to clarify, this is basically, yes, this is one of the energies of the Nine of Cups is to act as if you already have what you're seeking, you know, act as if this is already here for you, because it totally changes your demeanor, it changes the vibes you're giving out to people. It just makes you happier as well as you go on the journey to what you're wanting to achieve. So it's like couldn't be much better, really, manifesting wise. It's amazing. But manifesting is only going to work if you put in the actions, if you take the positive actions, and it comes down to that belief, and those beliefs you have about yourself, and what is possible, and opening up your mind to that, you know, the fact that yes, you know, ultimately you are responsible for your happiness, and how you react to people and how you react to things. And I think if you can understand that and accept that and embrace that, then you'll always manifest the good stuff. You'll be able to be happy, because you'll make those, you know, you'll do the actions that make you happy. You'll appreciate things. You'll appreciate what you've already got, and you know, by doing that you'll be drawing more into you, and you know, and you'll always find a way of being satisfied and happy with yourself, you know, because you'll be taking responsibility for that. So that's really awesome. So your energy going forward then is Justice. So you just carry on being this really awesome person that you are. You're putting out that lovely positive energy. You're doing what feels right to you. This is what I feel for the Justice card, is you saying and doing and interacting in a way that feels like right for you. That is, you have integrity, you come from a good place, you treat others well. You know, you coming from a good place is the big thing here, and you come from that good place, and you have integrity, and you have that good intention to putting that out there, and that will bring more of that to you. That will, you know, bring the good stuff to you as you go forward. So that's kind of what I'm getting there, is that keeping that good stuff going, you know. Things are going to happen quite fast for you, I think. This is others, the environment or the outside influences. So I think you're going to find that things are going to manifest for you quite quickly. I feel good things are going to happen quite fast for you. And it's really, you know, don't get too carried away, but at the same time, I think you're going to find things are exciting, and you could get sort of offers coming in fast, or, you know, a lot of action going on. So if you've been feeling a bit stuck or whatever, it's not going to be for long. Hopes and fears, you've got the Emperor. So let me get a card, see if that's somebody. If it's not somebody, then we'll have a bit of an idea. Why is the Emperor here, please, in Hopes and Fears? Whoops. Well, that flung itself out, didn't it? Let's have a look. This one, Nine of Swords, so it's a bit of a fear. I think that's just with maybe things changing quite dramatically and you going off and things maybe manifesting fast for you. Perhaps it's a little bit unnerving, and there's that need for security. And I think it's just saying, don't worry, don't spend time worrying about plans going wrong, or things, it might not be feeling safe, or things are totally different, to what you're used to. The Emperor's all about kind of what's established, and the rules, and what's always been, and everything very kind of rigid and safe. And you could just be busting out of what you normally do, and doing something very different, and it can cause you a bit of the wobbles, I suppose, where you might be a little bit, might be new territories. So it's like going in for unfamiliar territory maybe, and not being too sure about it. But I don't think you have anything to worry about. The Nine of Swords is more, it's more in your head. Don't get stuck in your head worrying about things. It's just to say that, really, you're going to be okay. The Emperor is also to do with like your security, and I don't think that, with the 10 of Cups and the 9 of Cups here, I don't think your security is going to be an issue. But yeah, I think it could be that you may be getting caught up in worrying about things, or having a little bit of anxiety, but it's basically telling you not to go worrying about that. Obviously, have plans, don't throw all caution to the wind with the Knight of Swords and things, but have a foundation, have a backup plan, but don't get too stuck in worrying about things, because your outcome is the 3 of Wands, so there's so much more out there for you. You're going to see rewards coming in for this, and then it's like, well, let's go, let's see what else is out there. There are ships on this card, so the ships are coming in usually mean some good fortune, some good luck coming your way. This is the first victory card of the Wands, so that's a good sign. So you're gonna start to see things really working out for you, and there's so much more ahead for you. So it's about expanding that, and growing that, and continuing on with coming from that good place, appreciating what you have, really believing that there's goodness out there for you as well. There's plenty for everybody out there, and really kind of enjoy what you've got, and enjoy life, and appreciate what you've got along the journey. Okay, so that's that part for you. So let's see, pile 2, what advice from a cat adds to that for us. Okay, so advice from a cat. Okay, give me a second, I can find it. Advice from a cat. Here we go. There are times when we all overshare and give more away, information away that is prudent or wise. Take a lesson from cat's enigmatic gaze and err on the side of being a little inscrutable and mysterious. Well, that's interesting, because we had the moon's mysterious, so you don't have to tell everybody what you're doing. But this is all like your whole mindset is shifting. So let's see. The world we live in is larger than we may realise, and there are times when we take our safety for granted because we believe we know the people we share time and space with. But how well do we know anyone, especially those we communicate with regularly but never actually met? Is your trust a little blind? Are you mindful at all times, Or do you occasionally let loose and behave in a manner or say something controversial or inflammatory that might become a source for regret? Are you leaving footprints that allow others to track or trace you, to see where you've been, what you've done, and what you've said? Could a stranger's discovery feel you leaving proud or ashamed, safe or worried? Sharing is caring, and there are times sharing our story is of great importance as it allows us to be heard and others to feel less alone. It may bring good people into our lives, it may bring great reward, but we do need to show a little judicious discrimination. Be mindful of how much you share and what and with whom. That which is unseen. No, I'll start that again. That which is seen cannot be unseen. That which is heard cannot be unheard. That which is said cannot be unsaid. By being a little mysterious, you may save yourself from potential harm and future regret. We all have a tale to share. We might also have an audience, but a wise cat does not speak without purpose and never says more than what needs to be said. Yeah, okay, so I think, you know, with this, interesting that this came out with the Emperor and the Nine of Swords. Yeah, I just feel, you know, you don't have to share everything with everybody. You don't, with things happening fast, you might feel you've got this Knight of Swords in the environment outside, lots of things going on. You might kind of make decisions you wouldn't normally make if there's a lot happening. So maybe, you know, linking up with the cat here is just that you don't have to share everything. Yeah. And that way, I guess that means that you can stay private in what's important, and you're not going to be stressing out about anyone else, I feel. So that's good advice. I mean, don't be oversharing, and especially if you're talking about manifesting and things like that. That's kind of, you know, if you feel that you're doing something that you don't particularly want to share with everybody else, there's not obligated to. It's what's important to you that's the main thing. And if you're coming from a good place anyway, yeah, you don't have to. You can keep your plans a secret, or you can keep your plans to yourself, or only share with people that you really trust. And yeah, I think that's what I'm getting from there. It seems like it's like an extra message rather than a totally linked to the tarot, but it's worth remembering. You know, not everybody has as good intent as you. Okay, and it makes sense to protect yourself, especially if you're going to be moving into more abundance and you're moving into a more happiness and that. You want to protect that, protect your loved ones, things like that. So that's really good advice from the cat. Okay, so thank you, pile 2, for watching all the way to the end. I'd love to hear a comment. If you're interested in giving me a comment, that would be great to let me know what you thought, and if this was useful to you, I'd love to know. And I will say bye for now, and I'll hopefully see you again on the channel soon. Take care of yourselves. Thank you, and goodbye. Hi pile 3, welcome to your reading. This is your Leap of Fortune card, which is really cute. So I'm really excited to see what he says, or she, or they, at the end of your tarot part. So what we'll do is we'll put these little froggies up here for now. Okay. So let's just do a quick shuffle for you, and we'll just see what comes out in this general reading for you, pile 3. So is there any messages, advice, guidance, or useful stuff today for pile 3? Anyone who chose these little froggies? Leap of Fortune, what we got for them today? Alright, pile 3, your energy coming forward today is the Page of Swords. What's helping or hindering you is coming out as the Nine of Swords. Okay. What's brought you to this reading today? We've got the Moon. Interesting. That was pile 2. what brought them to their reading too. It's interesting. What is in your subconscious? We've got the Six of Pentacles. In your conscious mind, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. Coming straight for you is the Seven of Cups. And then going forward from this situation, your energy is the Page of Wands. Just about see that. The others, outside influences, the environment, etc. Situation, we've got the Star, so that's nice to see that one. Hopes and fears is coming out as the Two of Swords, and then the outcome is the Nine of Pentacles. It's a really awesome outcome, especially when we see you've kind of got that material world on your mind, in your conscious mind here. I'm going to draw clarifiers as we need them, okay? So let's just give them a quick shuffle. So pile 3, and then yeah, we'll look at your little froggies after. Such a cute card. Pile 3. Let's just pop them there for a sec. Now then, you're in your head a bit at the minute, I feel. You have been in your head for a bit, looking at these few cards here, especially the first few, where we've got you kind of feeling a little bit on guard, maybe angsty, because we've got the Moon that's brought you here. We've got the Nine of Swords, which is helping or hindering you. I'm imagining that's hindering. Where you've been feeling a bit lost or a little bit uncertain about what's happening or what to do. And you know, maybe obviously coming to watch a tarot reading to get some clarity or some guidance, or, you know, just to be able to look at something in a different way. I think that's good for what tarot does for me, is it helps me to kind of start up a conversation with myself, like, well, looking at the situation from a slightly different angle. It feels really helpful sometimes. So you kind of feel like you're a little bit yeah, in your head a lot, with, you know, where you're quite anxious and maybe ruminating a little bit, but it's definitely some anxiety and not feeling quite at peace here because you're in your head a lot and you're uncertain, but then you, in your subconscious and your conscious mind, there's this need for some stability, and there's this need for some structure and balance, because with the Six of Pentacles in your subconscious, this is talking about having things, yeah, obviously with the scales there, it's about being balanced. It's about equal give and take, a fair situation, having enough resources and being able to, you know, if you have been worried about money, that might be part of it, where things are very uncertain at the moment in the world. Just at the time of recording this video, it's not good for any of us right now. It's pretty dark at the minute. So if you're being concerned about your finances, I feel this is kind of giving me that practical, what am I going to do for money kind of vibe, where things are, you know, we've all taken a huge hit, and it's not easy for any of us right now, and it's totally understandable to be like in the dark about what on earth you're going to do going forward. I totally understand that. I think we're all exactly the same right now. Very few of us probably not having that sort of issue, and it's wondering what on earth to do, and kind of feeling a bit muddled, like, oh my god, you know, you could be losing sleep. I mean, I think it's justified worry, but also you need to be a little bit, you know, careful of being overcome with worry and overwhelmed with worry, because you just need to kind of get practical, I think. Look at your actual situation, looking at your budget. I mean, this is even getting me to think, well, is it your budget? You're looking at your budget. What can you afford to cut back on? Where you know what you're doing, you know, where is all your money going? Are you making sure that you've got enough for the really important stuff? Are you frittering stuff away? You know, I feel this is time to say, you know, rather than worrying about it, rather than sort of going round and round and not being able to kind of think of a way out or a solution, get practical. And I think you want to be, because the Queen of Pentacles is a very practical, very caring, very careful, nurturing. She's like the, you know, she's so together, you know. So I can see how adopting the qualities of the Queen of Pentacles right now is going to make you feel a little bit less worried. Get yourself a budget going. Look at what you're spending, you know, what can you afford to drop, what can you afford to wangle around, you know, to get things, to just get through this difficult period, because, you know, things fluctuate. The economy fluctuates and things like this, and you know, there'll be abundance again soon, I'm sure, but for now I think we just need to be practical, and just get by as best we can. So yeah, I feel this is saying, you know, if, rather than being lost or nervous about, you know, not being able to see a way out, look at things practically for now, because that's going to help alleviate that worry. And you may have ideas for what to do with the Knight of the Knight of Swords here, but the Knight of Swords, yes, you can think about things, but if none of these good ideas are going to help unless you write them down and take action on them. So organize your thoughts, organize those good ideas, make lists, look, like I say, look at your budget, do the sums, all that sort of stuff. Get your plan of action in place so that you feel more under control. You feel like that much more safe going forward. And then going forward again, you've got this other card of confusion. So again, I feel it's just reminding you don't sort of waste time pondering things. It's like going into like escapism by daydreaming and sort of not really being able to settle on the right way to go forward. I think this is just basically saying you're gonna, deep down in your subconscious, you need to feel that balance so that you can kind of make your way through this difficulty. And I feel this is just letting you know to kind of hurry up and do the practical stuff. I know it's not the fun bit, but then you'll be able to kind of relax a bit, and you know, don't daydream time away. Sort it out at source, you know, and then you'll be able to kind of get back to sleep and feel a bit more confident going forward. Let me just get another card just to clarify this little first patch here for you. Pile 3. High Priestess. Okay, High Priestess makes me feel that, yeah, you need to really look, you know, take a proper look. You know exactly what you need to do, I feel. You know what it feels like you know what you need to cut down on, if it's to do with your money, or anything to do with your money or your practical world, your material world. I think you know what you're meant to do. Look at what you're spending. Look at what look at your resources as a whole, and take the time to kind of go through and create a solution. It's like you have the answers within you. You know what you need to do. It might not be the most fun thing to do, but it's going to help you feel much more peace of mind and much more in control going forward. In the after this situation, you going forward in the future. You've got the Page of Wands, so there's definitely new opportunities might be coming in for you. You could be sort of ready to embark on something new, maybe looking for a new job, getting some sort of promotion or something. You've got some really good cards coming forward, so I wouldn't be too worried, because it does look like you're coming out of this uncertainty and into a place where you know exactly what you want to go for and aim for, and you're ready to kind of take the necessary action on any opportunities or any new plans that you have thought out to get yourself out of a difficult situation. And then the situation itself, outside influences, you've got the Star, so that's a really a brilliant sign that you do this little, you take your time to look inward, plan exactly what you need to do that's going to bring you that safety and security, and that sense that you're building something of value, etc., and you have things under control. You're going to find that very healing, and you're also going to find that you get that renewed hope again, that things are going to be okay, and you can start to think about what it is you'd like to work towards and things like that. So it's like a really good time to make those plans. What would you love to do if you knew you couldn't fail, that kind of vibe, because that will help you kind of take that action. Having that positive mindset, having something to aim for, that's going to help you take action every day. And because you're here as the Page of Wands, I feel like you're up for that, okay, coming out of this. And then we've got the Two of Swords in your hopes and fears. So this is basically going with another going within card, where you know exactly what you should do, going from the heart of following that which inspires you and things like that, and trusting your feelings, and not being stuck in your head worrying about what may be or what might not be, and being kind of paralyzed by just overthinking everything. I think just taking action. You've got your plan, you've made your plans to sort of cover the basics, and it's about really embracing that. Don't be stuck in your head or procrastinating. Just get out there and follow these goals that you've set for yourself. With the outcome, you've got the Nine of Pentacles, so that's a really great sign for your outcome. It definitely shows that you've met, if you put in that work and if you keep consistent. I think that's the other thing to mention is something, even if it's small, doing something towards your goals every day, even if it's the tiniest step. Like if you want to, for example, you want to write a book, you're like, I'm going to write a sentence today, you commit to the smallish goals, you're going to find that you're able to keep them going, and you're able to, it's surprising what you can achieve by just doing little bits every day. And invariably you're going to do more than one sentence most of the time. So if you say I'm going to write 3 pages today, you're not going to, that to use that analogy, but it's basically, taking your time, focusing on what you really want, and that's going to bring in that reward, that's going to bring in long-term security and success and things like that. So even if it's sticking to a budget, even if it's that, you're going to find that that's putting you in a much better place than you feel that you are right now. So that's really good. So let me just get one more outcome card for you, and then we'll have a look at your froggies. Leap of fortune as well. I mean, put your faith in, have faith in yourself that you can achieve things. As long as you do your planning, as long as you kind of cover your bases, do something sensible like your budget or whatever, if it is to do the money. And then, set some goals and go for them. Don't have to be crazy expensive things. It could be just little things every day to move you into a better place and give you some opportunities. So have we got anything, a last card for pile 3, please. Okay. The moon. The moon. Yeah, it doesn't matter how... I mean, you're not meant to know exactly how this is going to pan out yet. You might not be able to even imagine being in a good place financially or materially right now. It doesn't really matter right now. I think you're not meant to know yet, but you are meant to take action, and you are meant to kind of make those plans. And you know, I think as long as you sort of sort out the basics, like I said, I keep wanting to say make a budget, so it's obviously for some of you that's definitely applicable. But I think beginning and ending with the moon is interesting. So yeah, I don't worry too much about how this is going to happen right now. Partly, another part of the moon's message is you're sticking to this path. In the original, you stick to your path. Don't be swayed by your emotions or worries or fears or whatever. Just stick to your plan. There are blessings on the way for you. So basically that's just a neat way of finishing off the reading. It's basically saying, yes, you know, that it might not seem the most exciting advice, but I think that is just basically saying don't sweat the outcome yet. Just trust that, you know, if you stick to your plan, that you're going to be in a better place at the end of it. Okay. So let's have a look at your little frogs now, leap of fortune, and see what else we can add before we go for you. Okay, so let me see. Leap of fortune. Here we go. Let's read this out to you. Luck is something we can manifest by seeing and acting on an opportunity when it arises. Yes, we make our own luck, but we can only do so if we are willing to live in the present and not in our heads. Yeah, that's what we said, isn't it? Don't sweat it too much. Where are we? We only see opportunities if we are open to them. Yes. Not only does Frog come to tell you that a little good fortune might be coming your way, it also comes with a gentle reminder that you are the creator of your own good fortune. I think I said something along that line. I can't remember, but yeah, probably. There is something else Frog excels at, and that is taking a leap. We have less chance of finding the answers we seek if we are afraid to look. We will not succeed or fail if we are not willing to try. If we fear failure and use it as a reason to say no, then we deny ourselves the opportunity to learn from our mistakes. Yeah, the Two of Swords is about being too scared to make that jump or make that decision. We will not say, yeah. If we fear failure and use it as a reason to say no, then we deny ourselves the opportunity to learn from our mistakes. Yeah. Remember, our mistakes can offer the most insight and serve to show us what we really want. Frog asks if you have allowed doubts and fears to blind you. There you go, doubts and fears blinding you. Or prevent you from taking a chance. Take a leap into the unknown and trust that you will land right where you need to. In a final message, Frog offers that sometimes it's better not to seek good fortune, but to look at your life and recognize how fortunate you are. Yeah, that's pretty much, yeah, look inward, look at what you can do right now, what you have got the resources for right now. And it's so cool that with the moon there, you know, you are taking a leap of faith. But you know, like I say, you have a plan, you stick to the path, and you make your own luck as you go. So I like that for you. Pile 3, I hope that was interesting and helpful to you, and I'd love to hear in the comments what you thought, and if that's helped you, that's awesome. So thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you again soon. Okay, goodbye.